Earlier this year, it was reported that over 250 million unique players have logged onto Fortnite Battle Royale before, and that in 2018, Epic Games grossed over $3 billion thanks to Fortnite and the cosmetics for sale within it. Now obviously, Fortnite is a free-to-play game, and while Save the World does have a price tag on it and it does have a decent following, the vast majority of that revenue comes from the item shop within Battle Royale. Multiple times a week, we see new skins, gliders, emotes, pickaxes, and all things of that nature added into the game, some of which become incredibly rare, like for instance the Recon Expert and the Ghoul Trooper, which each have been missing for the shop for almost 2 years. On the other side of the spectrum though, we have the outcasts, the rejects if you will, the item shop items that no one was really excited to see. These are the items that you look at and you say, man, someone actually thought that was a good idea, and in all reality, it was not a good idea in the slightest. So while the item shop is consistently full of really cool and exciting items, sometimes Fortnite and Epic Games do miss their mark. And today we're highlighting those moments as we jump into the world of Fortnite Battle Royale and take a look at some of the worst Fortnite item shops that we have ever seen. So without further ado, let's get into the list. Number 1, the High-Rise Assault Trooper Shop. So starting us off today, we have the High-Rise Assault Trooper skin, which is probably one of the most bland and boring skins in the entire game. And thus the item shop update that introduced this skin into the game is considered to be one of the worst shops that we've ever had. This shop was available on October 17th of 2018, and it was led by the Battlehound skin and the Maverick skin as well as the two main featured items. And the daily items for this shop consisted of the Cloaked Star skin, the Libre glider, the Squat Kick emote, the Spectral Axe, the T-Pose emote, and of course the High-Rise Assault Trooper outfits. Now to be honest, the majority of this shop is pretty good. The Battlehound skin is cool, the Cloaked Star is another fan favorite skin too, the T-Pose and Squat Kick emotes are great, but man, the High-Rise Assault Trooper outfit is just one big yikes. This skin is essentially Jonesy if Jonesy's favorite colors were dark green and brown. The outfit itself is pretty boring, pretty bland, and not very exciting whatsoever, especially compared to everything else that was featured in this item shop update. Thus, the High-Rise Assault Trooper stays taking L's as one of the worst item shop items that we've ever had. Number 2, the Pathfinder Shop. Here we have yet another case of an item shop that is full of pretty good items that ultimately had one rotten apple that everyone looked at and said, yeah, no thanks on that one. And that no thanks is going to be directed right at the Pathfinder skin, which was featured on November 2nd of 2017. Here's the thing, the November 2nd item shop had the Ghoul Trooper and the Skull Trooper skins as the featured items, both of which are now some of the rarest and most sought after skins in the entire game. So while they were in the shop, everyone was gravitating towards them, and then over in the daily items, you have the Lucky Pickaxe, the Stealth Glider, the First Strike Specialist skin, and of course, the Pathfinder skin. So while the rest of this shop was pretty decent as well, the Pathfinder skin is one that not many people ended up buying because it looks just like a default skin, to be honest. Most of the default skins we know have pretty straightforward outfits. They're not anything extravagant or flashy, and Pathfinder fits right in with that, as she and a default skin right next to each other look pretty much the same. Number 3, the Tower Recon Specialist Shop. So imagine the Pathfinder skin, just with more brown thrown onto the outfit. You imagine it? Yeah, that is essentially what you have with the Tower Recon Specialist skin, another item that somehow made its way into the shop, even though it's really not all that great. The Tower Recon Specialist first appeared on July 13th of 2018, and it was accompanied by the Fortune and Moniker skins as the main featured items, which both of those really aren't anything that crazy either. And as far as the daily items for this shop go, we have the Star Power emote, the Shadow Ops skin, the Make It Rain emote, the Spectral Pickaxe, and the Glow Rider glider alongside, of course, the Tower Recon Specialist itself. So really, aside from the emotes in this shop, everything else really was not that great, with the worst of the worst being the Tower Recon skin. And if you ask me, as far as the full-on item shops go, this one is probably the worst on our list so far, and it's easily one of the worst shops in general that we have ever seen in Fortnite history. Number 4, the Renegade Shop. We've got two different Renegades here in Fortnite. We've got the Renegade Raider, and then we have just the Renegade. Now, the former is one of the most rare and coveted skins in all of Fortnite Battle Royale. The latter is one of the worst and most disliked skins in all of Fortnite Battle Royale. So, not to be confused with the Renegade Raider skin, we have the bland, boring, and dull Renegade skin, which appeared in the item shop a handful of times in the past, but in specific on April 12th of 2018, it reappeared and honestly, it just brought everyone's hopes and expectations down. Now, the featured items in this shop were the Mogul Master and Mogul Master variant skins. Those really aren't too bad. Then for the daily items, we had the Death Valley pickaxe, the Flippin' Sexy emote, the Step It Up emote, the Special Forces skin, that one is pretty trash, the Wasp glider, and of course the Renegade skin as well. So for this shop, while the Renegade skin is probably the worst out of everything, you also have two other rotten apples with the Wasp glider and the Special Forces skin, both of which are extremely basic and nothing to write home about, leaving the April 12th shop to live at the bottom of the barrel. Number 5. The Desperado shop. So we've covered quite a few skins that have looked a bit like default skins, yet somehow were different enough to make it into a shop. And while the Desperado skin isn't anything that crazy, I will admit it is a step up from the other not so great skins that we've talked about, but a step up from the very bottom is still pretty close to the bottom, and thus the Desperado skin fits in pretty well with bad skins in general. Really, the only thing special about this skin is the fact that he's wearing a hat. Really, the hat is the only thing that makes this outfit anything crazy, and somehow this is a rare skin, so it costs even more than most of the other common skins and items that we've already talked about in this video. Now, the Desperado skin appeared on April 21st of 2018, and it was accompanied by the Tricera Ops, Bite Mark, and Fossil Flyer items as the featured items on that day, so initially you'd think this item shop was going to be a pretty good one. But then you get into the daily items, and the first thing you see is the Desperado skin, and that kinda just ruins it all. We also saw the Confused emote, which was the same exact reaction I had when I first saw this skin, alongside the Petunia glider, the Spectral axe, which we've seen about 1,000 times now, the Whiplash outfit, and also the Slow Clap emote. And here's another thing I just don't get. How is the Whiplash outfit a lower tier than Desperado when it is way more flashy? That one makes zero sense to me. Number 6. The Sash Sergeant item shop. Alright, so here's the deal. If there was to be a main character in Fortnite Battle Royale, I think most people would probably say the main character is Jonesy, just because he appears literally everywhere you look. He is always in the trailers, he's always getting love from Epic Games. I'd say Jonesy is definitely the main character. But at the same time, Jonesy is always getting the short end of the stick when it comes to trash skins. Like for instance, the Sash Sergeant outfit, which is literally just Jonesy, but with a hat on. What is it about hats that makes skins in Fortnite so special? Newsflash, the Desperado skin is not special because it has a hat. This skin is not special because it has a hat. I also really dislike this skin because it's a tongue twister that I can't pronounce half the time. Anyways, this item shop appeared on May 19th of 2018 and featured the Hazard Agent and Toxic Trooper skins as the featured items, neither of which are really all that great in my own opinion. Then we also had the Fresh emote, the Zany emote, the Cutting Edge pickaxe, the Petunia glider, and the Dominator skin in the daily items, alongside the Sash Sergeant. And with the exception of the emotes, literally this entire shop is one big dumpster fire. But with that being said, those are some of the worst Fortnite item shops in all of Fortnite Battle Royale, and that is effectively going to wrap things up for today. Definitely drop us a comment down below, letting us know which item shop item you think is the all-time worst. Personally, I'm gonna say the Renegade skin is probably my least favorite one that I've ever seen, and it was probably the worst item that we saw here on the list today. Of course, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like on it, give it a big old thumbs up as it would be much appreciated. And if you are brand new here to the Simply Fortnite channel, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on, that way you'll always know when we upload a new video. As always, by joining the notification squad, every single time we post a new video, YouTube will actually send you a message letting you know we've gone live. That way you can be the first person to watch, like, and comment on each and every new video. Once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll see you guys on the battle bus. Peace out.